In the modern world, we think of symbols as piffy little jokes that we find in our Disney movies, but they're more than that. They're a technology that actually makes us smarter, believe it or not. So, to explain this, I'm going to use the symbol of justice. This is the woman with the blindfold, the scales in one hand, and the sword in the other. And this is meant to symbolize justice being blind, being balanced, and having conviction. That's a beautiful symbol. It captures all three and it's very easy to kind of hold in our head. Interesting thing about symbols is that our brain operates in images and words separately. So if we hold something in the realm of image, we can function in the realm of words without any kind of interruption or anything like that. If we try and come up with like a motto or some mantra or some clever little rhyme that makes us think of justice, that we'll have to kind of stop thinking in words and go through the rhyme like we do for the months of the year and all the rest. And then we'll understand what justice is. It's a bit more prolonged. It's a bit more, it's not quite as good, to be honest. The really interesting ones are the symbols that we call sacred. Now, sacred symbols would be kind of like your yin and your yang, but for some people, that symbol of justice might be a sacred symbol for them. A sacred symbol, defined by John Vervaeke, is something that you go to, you learn from, makes you smarter, and then you go out into the world and you integrate, and then you come back, and as you grow, you keep learning and coming back and learning and going back, and it's something that grows with you. So really important to know is a symbol that you hold sacred will have that kind of inexhaustible sort of learning coming from it. So with all of that theory out of the way, how do we integrate symbols into our lives? That's a big question. Symbols can be used everywhere for the benefit, but there's kind of a quick heuristic to try and understand this. You can put symbols on something or see symbols in something. So to put symbols on, you can go all the way back to the Greek gods and what symbolized wrath and what symbolized justice and what symbolized travel and fertility and agriculture and all of these different things, and it helped. They evolved over time. They're quite developed, they're quite mature as symbols. So feel free to use those. You can also symbolize your emotions or kind of different sides of yourself. So if you've watched the movie Inside Out, they personify the emotions individually, or you can see it as yourself if you want to symbolize this moment was when I was a Karen, or this moment was when I was just the gym bro, or whatever it is. And you can put symbols on them to compartmentalize them for yourself. And then you can also like what works in that state, what works in that frame, what gets me into it, what gets me out of it, all those different things. You can really do a lot of work using symbols this way. Then also seeing symbols in things. This can be, you see a rainbow, you see water, you think of earth or something like that. This is your kind of spiritual side of stuff where you are using the environment to trigger, or you're trying to use the energy. There's multiple ways of kind of talking about this. There's multiple languages and practically dialects about this. But if I am having a very stressed time and I'm really kind of my blinkers are on, I'm not looking out, and then I just kind of look up at the sky and I'm like, okay, sky, open, air, breath, breathe, and it's like, okay, in and out, there's a flow to everything, there's a yin and yang, really good symbol for every situation. But that brings me out, that brings me here, that's me seeing a symbol in something for a purpose. And that purpose can be how we look at ourselves, how we look at others, or how we look at the world in general. So there's many stages. Honestly, symbols can be used everywhere. So just trying to differentiate different areas to place it in. The more you use them, I feel, the better. As long as you understand that the symbol symbolizes something, it is not to be mistaken for the thing itself. The map is not the territory, but you can learn a lot, you can develop a lot, you can mature a lot by using symbols to understand yourself, others, and the world, I do believe. So that is it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you again next week. By the way, guys, I'm doing like workshops in schools, so if any of you know a school that would be interested in a workshop, give me a shout. And then obviously like, subscribe on the usual whatever sort of thing. So that's it for today. Thanks a million, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.